A concrete pump is an absolute beast on a job site, a real game changer for getting things done fast. But all that muscle, it all hinges on something that's super easy to forget: what you do after the concrete stops flowing. We're going to get into why that post-pour maintenance isn't just some boring chore. It's literally the key to keeping things running smoothly and saving yourself from some monster headaches.
So let me ask you this. What's the actual cost of skipping the cleanup just one time? You know the feeling. It's the end of a long, hard day, and you're just tempted to pack it in and deal with it tomorrow. But trust me, that one little shortcut can spiral into some huge problems. Let's look at what that really means.
And here it is, laid out in black and white. You're talking about blockages, hardened concrete that can literally seize up the whole system. Then comes the damage to really expensive parts. And the big one? Downtime. The kind of costly downtime that stops the entire project dead in its tracks. Nobody wants that.
The thing is, leftover concrete hardens, and it hardens fast. So missing a clean isn't just leaving a little mess behind. It's like letting glue set inside your machine. That one small oversight can lead to permanent damage, and that means a repair bill that will make your eyes water. Okay, so how do we dodge that bullet? Well, it all starts before you even think about grabbing a hose. A perfect clean is first and foremost a safe clean, and that means you've got to run through a safety checklist every single time. This is your foundation. This is where you start. First up, let's talk about the setup. Your pump has to be on solid, level ground. That's totally non-negotiable. Next, and listen up because this one is huge, you have to release all the pressure from the delivery line. We're talking about a serious amount of force trapped in there. And finally, just make sure the engine's in idle. You want it running for the water pump, sure, but not at full blast.
All right, next is your gear, your PPE. And look, this isn't optional, okay? Think of it as your armor for the job. You'll need some tough gloves, your helmet, of course, proper eye protection, some good gumboots for all that water and slurry, and a safety vest so everyone can see you. It's the uniform you wear for this part of the job, period. And this really hammers home the biggest point of all. I love this quote from an on-site supervisor. Safety first. Never open or disconnect any line until you're sure there's no pressure inside. Those words right there can literally save you from a serious injury. Hey, here's a little pro tip for you. Before you undo any clamps, give them a jab with a hammer. If you hear a solid thud, you're good. No pressure. But if it rings, you need to stop and figure out what's going on.
Okay, safety checks are done. Now we can get into the real meat of the process. We're going to break this down into two main parts. First, flushing out the line, and second, getting that hopper sparkling clean.
So, phase 1, flushing the delivery line. What you do is you disconnect the end hose and stick one of those special sponge balls in there. Then you fill up the hopper with clean water. Now for the cool part. You use the pump to shoot that sponge ball all the way through the pipeline. It acts just like a squeegee, pushing out all that leftover gunk. And the last step is super important. You need to have someone at the other end ready to catch that sponge safely.
Okay, the line is clear. Now let's focus on the heart of the beast, the hopper. First things first, shut the whole machine down. Then it's time for some elbow grease. You got to shovel out any concrete that's left, rinse the whole area down, and this part's key. Grab a wire brush and really scrub off any gunk that's dried on. And while you're in there, take a look at the S-valve's rubber seals. Check them for damage. A bad seal means you'll lose pressure, and worse, you could be looking at a dangerous blowout next time.
So, everything's clean? Great. But we're not done. Not even close. The post-clean checkup. This is what separates the pros. This is how you make sure the pump isn't just clean, but it's 100% ready for the next job. It's all about being proactive. Here's what you're looking for. 4 key things. Check your pipes and clamps for any damage. I'm talking cracks, dents, wear, you name it. Next, check your hydraulic oil level. Make sure it's where it needs to be. Then, give all your hoses and fittings a good look for any leaks. A tiny drip today can be a huge blowout tomorrow. And last but not least, hit every single grease point. Make sure it's all lubricated. One operator said it perfectly. Regular greasing keeps the moving parts smooth and reduces wear. It's so simple, right? But that one little step can add years to the life of your pump. It's what makes the difference between a machine that just gets the job done and one that's a reliable workhorse for a long, long time.
Now for the finishing touches. Don't skip these because the details really do matter. You're going to want to drain and refill the water box. Scrape any little concrete splashes off the hopper screen. And here's another great pro tip for you. Take some pump oil and apply a really thin coat to the clean metal surfaces inside the hopper. It takes 2 seconds and it's going to stop rust from forming.
All right, we're in the home stretch now. The pump is clean, it's inspected, it's lubed up and ready to go. The last thing to do is just to close out the job properly. Button everything up and, you guessed it, document it.
So here's that final wrap-up checklist. Make sure the pump is completely dry before you put it away, get all your hoses and clamps stored neatly, deal with that concrete slurry the right way, which means never down a drain, and finally, log your work. Seriously, write it down. That logbook becomes an amazing tool for tracking the health of your machine over the long run.
Like another supervisor said, and this is just perfect, a clean pump is a ready pump. It's so true. The effort you put in today is a direct investment in a smooth, problem-free, and profitable day tomorrow. It really is as simple as that.
So, if you're going to remember anything from all this, let it be these 4 words. Think of them as the 4 golden rules. After every pour, you clean, inspect, lubricate, and record. That's your mantra. That's what's going to give you a pump that lasts.
Because in the end, this whole process, it's not really just about cleaning a piece of equipment, is it? It's about a commitment to 3 really big things: the safety of everyone on site, the smart maintenance of your valuable assets, and the absolute rock-solid reliability of your gear when you need it most.